Kind of general thoughts and how you think things are shaping up heading into to tomorrow night's big game.
Well, everything from our point of view has to be positive going forward. You know, there's 15 games left and we have to go and attack them. Simple. You know, everyone's a battle, everyone's a cup fan. I mentioned the other week, last week I should say, and you know, Saturday was no different. We didn't start the game really. We didn't start it well, brightly, whatever you want to say. And then for the next 25 minutes, that was the same. You know, Doncaster had a good side, second in the league, I think. As standing now, automatic promotion contenders, got some really good players, and we didn't stop them. We knew the game plan, we didn't stop them, and we have to be better at that. I think once we changed the shape and we got to grips with it, I think 10 minutes into, before half time, going into half time, we looked a better team, and then we came out second half and we started on the front foot.
Is it a challenge, keeping kind of the lads up and the spirits up?
Oh, no, it's a definite challenge, Scott. You know, we know we've got a good squad here. You know, got a good squad of players who can get results, and we've had results against top sides. You know, we've matched every top side that's come here. Probably, maybe Notts County. I don't think they were the only ones that was after the Liverpool game. But other than that, we've got to take care of ourselves. We've got to look after ourselves. We've got to influence the game as individuals and as a team collectively against the bottom end of the table, which we're in now. And as I said, everything's a scrap, everything's a fight, and we've got more than enough, and that's wrestling to get us out of it.
Sometimes maybe in a game you just need a bit of a bounce in the ball, don't you? Maybe something like that.
Well, you do, yeah. You know, the first goal is always important in any game. You know, it has a massive influence on the game. And, you know, if you get the first goal, or if you get the rub of the green or the bounce of the ball, as you say, then hopefully, you know, it puts you in a good platform, if you like, to go forward and take that forward into the next whatever minutes that is in the game. And that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do, and that's what we plan to do tomorrow.
Is there a bit of a siege mentality situation, John? Is it almost has to be that way, maybe?
It has to be. There's nothing else you can do. You know, you can't kid it. You can't hide the facts of where you are in the league. Because the league doesn't lie. We're in the position that we're in because it's down to ourselves. You could say about certain situations, certain decisions that have gone against you and all that, but I'm not here to blame anything on anyone. We look at ourselves and reflect first and foremost. So it's on us, and it's only on us to get out of this situation that we're in. We're higher in the league than Tranmere as it stands now, Carlisle and Morecambe. So that's it. That's the job. The job is always at the start of the season is to compete and stay in the league, and then see where it takes you around about Christmas time. We're in a dogfight, we're in a battle. The lads know that on certain terms. So we have to go and fight. We have to battle for everything.
I presume you're also relying a lot on the character within that dressing room, aren't you? The experienced players especially to try and start.
Yeah, I mean, it's like now, Scott, I could sit here and start whinging on about injuries and you know, Faz being out. He's a proper man, he's a proper leader on the pitch, someone that, you know, heads the ball. So you miss it massively, but you give other people opportunities who've been doing well for you as well. And they have to be, you know, they have to stand up and be counted. So we all have to stand up and be counted. Everyone has injuries, everyone has suspensions and everything else like that you do have, that we do get. And you have to get up and get on with it, and that's what a squad is there for. And you have to get everyone at it, you know, and they are. And they've come in this morning. We've had a little bit of a meeting over the weekends. We've reflected on the game, we've reflected on individual performances, and then we've got to take that now into Tranmere.
At this stage of the season, John, is there? You mentioned you reflected on the weekend. Is there much point in dwelling on that? Do you really have to kind of draw a line under it and move on because games are kind of running out?
Well, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you just got to put it to the back burner and go, we can't, because you know you've just got to get into your next game. But this morning we had to look at one or two things. The first goal, after a few minutes, was very poor from us. So we had to look at that. We looked at the second goal where we can do better. It's from a long throw. And then our reaction from that, which goes outside your box, has to be better. So in hindsight, yeah, you can. The most important thing now is the next game, because the game's, you know, getting chalked off. But you still have to sort of look back and reflect. But it's how much detail you want to go into. So we looked at a few little bits. We didn't go too much detail. We looked at the goals and a few other little bits where we can improve. And then we got into Tranmere.
The game at Morecambe a few weeks back, the last time you played a team that was below you in the league table, I think there was some pretty honest words spoken after that game. This obviously represents a great chance to see if your players can kind of right the wrongs against a team that's below you this time.
100%. You've said it. You've said everything. We've actually spoke to them about, do you know, the magnitude, the size of the game. So it's another. It's a battle. It's a war. Whatever you want to, you know, spin we want to put on it. At the end of the day, it's another game of football. It's another opportunity for us to win a game, to get a point, whatever that is. But we can't and we mustn't. We must pick points up. So it's as simple as that. You know, At the end of the day, tomorrow night's going to come down to someone wins a game or loses a game or draws a game. That's it. Nothing's getting decided tomorrow. But our lads know that they're in for the fight, and our lads know what they have to do tomorrow.
You've also, I think, got games in hand over everybody below you as well. So it's still very much in your own hands, isn't it?
Well, it is. That's what I'm saying. But I think any time you go onto the pitch, Scott, it's in your own hands, isn't it? So how are you going to impact the game? How are you going to do what, whatever skill set you've got, whether you're the keeper, whether you're defender, midfielder, forward, wide player? How are you going to now implement that? How are you now going to have an influence on the game? And can we do that as a team? And can we keep the ball out the back of the net? And Saturday we knew how they played. We knew what was coming. We didn't pick a second ball up, and we didn't mark a man in the box. And it was poor on our side. The same for the second goal. Our reaction to the second phase of it wasn't very good. And then they've got the bit of luck with coming off Ben Ward's foot and going in. And that happens when you're down there. But your luck's got to change. We have to change our luck. No one else is going to do it. We've got to do that ourselves.
Are you surprised that Tranmere have had a tough season?
I am, because of obviously the size of the club and the size of the budget they have and the team that they have. Nigel knows that. That they've been in a tricky situation all season. I think some of the performances have been good. Saturday's was a good performance, I thought, against Notts County. They had opportunities to go in the lead, and as I touched on with us, when we've had opportunities in past games and we haven't took them, keepers made a save, missed the target, whatever that is. And then the other end of the pitch, the team go up there and score a goal. So that's what's happened to Nigel Saturday. I think they played well, especially in the first half, what I've seen. And then they've conceded 2 goals away, and then they've scored 1 late. But we know the battle, we know the challenges ahead against Tranmere.
Is there anything you do differently to try and just make sure the players don't get kind of wrapped up in potentially the size of the game? And I know nothing will be decided tomorrow night, but when you're playing against a relegation rival, do you do anything differently with the lads or not?
Well, you try and change the mentality, whichever their mentality is. You try and change the way they are when they come in, how they attack training, how they attack the opposition in terms of the shape that we do, the plan that we put out, the plan that and then can they go and implement that. But in terms of sort of changing times of training, changing anything else, no, I think you stick to the same game plan. You have to believe in it. Obviously, there's different game plans for different opposition, but you have to believe in what you're doing. The players have got that. I mean, as I said this morning, they've come in, they've took on board everything that we've touched on, reflected on, and then they've took that onto the training ground now, and they know the importance of this game tomorrow.
It's a great opportunity, isn't it? Because come full time tomorrow night, it could look an awful lot different.
Yeah, but that's what we've just been saying to them. So that's on the lads that get picked, and that's on the lads that, on the side, that help, and the lads that are on the bench. That the lads that get on the bench and get off the bench and get on the pitch. So they've got to go and then take that plan that we've put in place, and then take that and go and attack Tranmere. Can
I just ask you about Devon Matthews? I think I'm going to have a chat with him in a minute. How's he settled in? It's obviously a big step up for him, isn't it?
He's been outstanding, I think, since he's come here. He reminds me similar to Ross Sykes. He's a big lad. He's took it like a duck to water to me. He's aggressive in both boxes. I think he'll start adding goals for us from set plays. He likes defending. He can knock a lovely diagonal ball. He sees a pass. He's aggressive. So and he's great in the dressing room now. And then in the few meetings that we have had, he hasn't just sat back. He's actually voiced his opinion, which is very good.
That's actually quite impressive, isn't it, for someone who's just come in January and also has not played professional football before, that he's happy to be quite vocal.
Well, you can see Scott, his hunger and his desire to want to improve, and I think he wants to go to the next level, whatever that is for him, First Division, Championship. And I think you can see that in him. You can see his desire, you can see his attitude, you can see how much it hurts when we lose a game. And you can see how much it means to him when we win a game as well. So he's been a really, really good signing for us.